Hey everyone, and welcome to day 13 of our 30-day yoga challenge. My name is Candace, and today's practice is an upper body strength flow. You will need a strap or a belt or a rolled up towel or something of similar shape. And we can get started sitting on our heels. If that's not comfortable, you can also just find any comfortable seat that works. But when you're ready, grab your strap and we can get started. So taking your strap or belt or towel or whatever you have, taking it straight out in front of you, taking the arms a little wider than the shoulders, and you're gonna grab your strap and pull it apart, but keep the hands where they are. So as if you're gonna try to rip the strap apart, not like 100% strength pulling the hands apart, but just enough so you can feel the outer arms activate. Plug the shoulders back, plug the shoulder blades down the back, feel the outer arms activate here. From here, keeping the spine straight, keeping the navel pulled in, we're going to take the arms up overhead, pressing up through the shoulders. Take the arms slightly back on the head, keep pulling the strap apart, bending the elbows, pulling the shoulder blades down the back as you pull the strap behind your head. Inhale, extend, press up. Exhale, extend the shoulders forward, this time pressing forward through the shoulders while keeping the strap pulled tight. Extending the arms up, inhale. Exhale, keep that activation as you pull the arms down the back. Inhale, extend up. Exhale, press the arms forward, pressing forward through the shoulders. One more time. Take the arms up. Bending the elbows, taking the strap behind the head. Inhale up. And exhale, press the arms forward. Good. Release. Taking your strap off to the side, we don't need it anymore. Interlacing the fingers together and just start to roll through the wrists. We're gonna do a bit of wrist warm up today because we are gonna be weight bearing quite a bit in our wrists, and we wanna just take care of these tiny little joints on our arms that weight bear our entire body weight sometimes. Take those circles the opposite way. So we wanna make sure we are properly warming them up because really the joint itself isn't strong enough to hold our entire body weight. So we wanna make sure we're strengthening and warming that up. So I'm gonna turn and face you. I'm just gonna take the arms out to the sides and just start to flick the fingers like you're flicking water off of your hands. And take it a little faster. Flicking the water off your hands. Take it a little bit faster. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shake out the wrists. Take the hands to heart center. We're gonna roll to the pinky edge of the hands. Start to roll to the backs of the wrists. Roll all the way around to the thumb and back around to the wrist. Pinky edge to the back, all the way around. And then we can release, shake out the wrists. Come into a tabletop position. Find your wrists somewhere under the shoulders, knees under the hips, spreading the fingers wide. When we are weight bearing on our hands, it's our tendency sometimes when we're tired to kind of roll to the pinky edge of the hands. And what that does is that dumps your entire weight into just the wrist, which, like I said, the wrists aren't really strong enough. They're not really meant to hold our entire body weight. So we want to make sure we're activating through the hands, pressing mainly into the index finger and the thumb knuckle of the hand. So we want to press into that L shape into the hand so we're activating through the muscles around the wrist to keep the body weight and to keep the weight off of our wrist joint. So from there, pressing into the index and thumb knuckle of the hand, we're going to start to paw the mat with the hands. So we did this in an earlier video. So like you're a cat kneading the blanket, you're just going to paw your mat. Bring the hands out to the sides now. So the fingertips are pointing out to the sides. Keep pawing the mat. And then come back to center. From there, take the backs of the hands onto the mat, fingertips pointing in towards each other. Bending the elbows as you exhale, bring the chest towards the hands, not all the way, about halfway. And then we're gonna make our fist with our hands. It's gonna be the weakest, weirdest fist you've ever made. From there, take a breath in. As you exhale, press into the backs of the hands, slowly start to straighten the elbows. And the elbows won't come straight, that's fine. You're not looking for the most intense sensation, just feeling a stretch through the backs of the wrists. And then we'll bend the elbows to come back to center, release, lean back, just shake out the wrists a bit, and then come back to center. Plant the palms, spreading the fingers wide, finding that tabletop, pressing into that L shape, the index and thumb knuckle. Can you shift the weight over to the right, take the left hand, tap your right shoulder, and the left hand comes back down. Shift the weight to the left, take your right hand, tap left shoulder. Back, left hand to right, tap, and tap just side to side. Good for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back to center. Take a few cat and cows here. Inhale, drop the navel, lift the heart, lift your gaze. Exhale, press into the mat, round the upper back, head and the neck relax. Inhale, come all the way through. Exhale, round. As you inhale, drop the navel, lift the heart, lift your gaze. Can you curl the heels up towards your glutes? As you exhale, tuck the toes under. Keep pressing through the hands, round the spine. Can you lift the knees to a hover? Inhale, drop the knees, drop the navel, lift your heart, lift your heels. Exhale, toes tuck, round, drop the head, lift the knees to a hover, keep pressing into the hands. Inhale, drop the knees, drop the navel, lift the heart, lift your heels. As you exhale, tuck the toes, round, lift the knees to a hover, pause here, keep pressing into the hands, take a breath in. As you exhale, keep lifting the hips up and back to a downward dog and readjust your stance. I always have to walk my hands forward when coming into it from tabletop. So moving around in your downward dog in any way that feels good for you. And when you're ready to settle in, we can find stillness. Drop the heels towards the mat, though they may not touch. Keep a soft bend to the knees if you want to. Roll the sits bones up towards the sky as the thigh bones press back. On your next inhalation, tuck the chin, round, roll forward towards a plank position. Keep pressing firmly into the hands. Depending on your energy level today, you might drop the knees. Doesn't matter as long as you keep the activation through the upper body. From there, shift the weight over to the right. Tap the left hand to right shoulder. Back to center, right hand, left shoulder. Back to center. Switch, tap, tap for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back to center. Everyone, let's drop our knees, lower all the way to the belly. Keep the hands beside the ribs, roll the shoulders back. As you inhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together as you roll the shoulder heads back. Lift your heart, feel the strength in the back body to this little baby cobra. So light on the hands, you might lift the hands up. Exhale, hands come down. If they lifted, lower down. Inhale, roll the shoulders back, lift the heart, baby cobra, maybe lift the hands. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, roll up. Using the strength of the back body to keep you up, can you hover the hands? Keep pressing into the tops of the feet, activating through the legs. Can you take the arms up overhead? Whew. Maybe you lower down a little bit and you're not lifted quite as much. That's fine. Keep the the thumbs pointing up. From there, can you pulse the arms up, back to center, up, back to center. 3 more. 3, 2, 1. Stay there. Can you take the arms out into this Y shape? Keep the thumbs pointing up. And again, pulse the arms up, back to center, up, back to center, up, back to center. From there, take the arms out to the sides, straight up beside you. Palms facing down this time, so the backs of the hands are pointed up. Squeezing the shoulder blades together to pulse the arms up, back to center, up, back to center. 3, 2, and 1. Release. Stack the forearms in front of the face. Rest the forehead down on the arms. Pause here, just resting here on your belly. One more breath. From here, slide the hands back beside you, pressing into the palms, activating through the core. Can you tuck the toes under? Press yourself back up to a plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Maybe you just came straight from your belly to downward dog. You can come onto the knees and roll up and back. Again, there's no right or wrong. There's no better or worse. It just depends on your energy level today. Keeping that frame of mind, honoring your energy level. From your downward dog, shift the weight into the left foot. Take the right leg straight up and back. As you exhale, shift forward towards a plank position as you curl the right knee in towards your right elbow. Can you swing it across over to the left? Back over to the right. Back over to the left. And we'll take it to center. Squeeze the knee up towards you as you lift the hips to create space to step the foot between the hands. Maybe you wiggle the foot forward to help it out there. Drop the back heel, line up heel to arch. Open up warrior two. Extend through the arms. Maybe even drop the arms for a minute, roll the shoulders back. You can hold tension when we're weight bearing there, so just releasing the tension through the shoulders. As you take the arms out, maybe you flip the palms up for a moment. I find that helps me to kind of relax my shoulders down away from the ears. Sinking into the hips, flip the palms back down. From there, bend both elbows, take the hands behind the head. Keep lifting up through the spine, pulling the elbows back, squeezing the shoulder blades together as you open up through the chest. Take a breath in. As you exhale, crunching back through the left waist, reverse warrior shape. Okay, but we're just doing it with the upper body, keeping the arms where they are. So the elbows reaching down towards the left foot, left elbows reaching down towards the left foot. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, side angle shape just with the upper body. So right elbow is bending down towards your right knee, but keeping the arms where they are. Inhale, come back up to center. Exhale, extend the arms, warrior two. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, windmill the hands down, lift the back heel as you plant the left hand firmly onto the mat. From there, start to heel toe the right foot towards the back of the mat. As you do, come onto the pinky edge of the back foot. We're gonna end up in Vashisthasana side plank. A few options here depending on your energy level. You might drop that left knee down and just extend the right leg back. You might stack one foot in front of the other. That kind of helps with balance sometimes. Or if you want to, you might stack right foot on top of left. Reaching up through the right fingertips, pressing firmly into the left palm. Index and thumb knuckle pressing down, look down, bend the right elbow. We're gonna drop the right forearm down to the mat, roll to the pinky edge of the right foot, side plank on our forearm. On the right side, take the left arm up. Take any variation you need to. Take a look down, keep pressing up through the hips, bend the left elbow, forearm plank. Bring the forearms down underneath of the shoulders, squeezing the inner arms together. Again, depending on your energy level, we're gonna drop the knees if you want to. All that matters is that you're activating through the shoulders, pressing the forearms firmly, pressing the palms firmly into the mat. Stay here, or we can start to walk the feet in towards dolphin. So when you're in your dolphin, you're not dumping your shoulders forward. Not only makes it quite a bit harder, but it kind of puts your shoulders in a bit of a vulnerable position. So we want to keep pressing firmly into the forearms and keeping the shoulders back away from the forearms. From there, you can either drop your knees to come out of it. You can lift your forearms, press into the palms, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Or I want to show you a fun transition that I play with sometimes, totally optional. I'll show it to you first. You can come down and watch. And then if you want to try it, we can try it together. If you don't want to try it, just hang out. Totally up to you. From your dolphin, you're going to keep a bend to the knees and create a bit of buoyancy. So you can watch me here. You don't have to be doing this. I'm going to do it twice. You can only do it once. So bending the knees, creating some buoyancy through hips. Can you start to bounce? Start to create some momentum. And we're gonna spring back. We're gonna bend into the knees, kind of like this turbocharged dolphin. And from there, we're gonna launch forward, keeping a bend to the elbows. And what that will do, when we keep a bend to the elbows, it comes straight forward into Chaturanga. So, if you see that and you're like, just stay where you are. Come into downward dog, child's pose, whatever you want to do right now. If you want to try it out, come onto your forearms, find your dolphin, lift the hips, bend the knees. Start to create some buoyancy through the hips. We're going to bounce around a little bit and then shift your weight back, creating kind of like a spring action. Keep your gaze forward, launch yourself forward, keep the elbows bent. Come up, cobra or upward dog. And exhale back, downward facing dog. Full breath in. Full breath out. acceptance for wherever your practice is today. Shift the weight into the right foot. Inhale, take the left leg up and back. Exhale, shift forward into a plank position. Bring left knee to left elbow. Draw it across to the right, over to the left, over to the right. Bring it back to center. Lift the hips. Lift, squeeze the knee up towards the chest as you press into the palms. Step the foot between the hands. Maybe wiggle it forward a little bit. Drop the back heel. Warrior two, open up. Again, maybe roll the shoulders around to release the tension that you're holding there. Take the arms out to the sides. Maybe flip the palms up. And then flip the palms down, extending through the arms. From there, again, bend the elbows, take the hands behind the head, squeeze the elbows back, squeeze the shoulder blades together, lifting up through the crown of the head. Take a breath in. Exhale, reverse warrior shape just through the upper body. Keeping the arms as they are. Inhale, back up to center. Exhale, side angle shape, keeping the arms as they are. Left elbow comes down towards left knee, just kind of crunching through the left side waist. Inhale, back up to center. Exhale, extend the arms, warrior two. Take a breath in. Exhale, windmill the hands down. Plant the right hand. As you do that, press firmly into the index and thumb knuckle. Heel toe the left foot towards the back of the mat as you roll to the pinky edge of right foot. Vashisthasana, side plank. Take your variation. Wherever you're feeling. If you're shaking, I am too. From there, look down. Bend the left elbow. Take the left forearm down. Roll to the pinky edge of left foot. Side plank on your forearm. Keep the hips lifted. Bend the right elbow. Bring the right forearm, right elbow down. Forearm plank. Maybe drop the knees. Keep activating here. If your knees are down, you want to keep pressing into the shoulders. Keep pressing into the forearms. If you want to try that dolphin to chaturanga transition again, I will do it once with you. If not, you can just come onto the knees. We are going to meet in a child's pose, so however you want to get there. So from here, if you're in your forearm plank, we're going to tuck the toes under, lift the knees, and walk the feet in a bit. Again, keep pressing into the forearms, keep the shoulders back, bending the knees, create some buoyancy through the hips. Then we're going to lean all the way back like a turbocharged dolphin and spring yourself forward. Keep the elbows bent. Whew. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Child's pose. Let's take it back. Whew. Release the shoulders. Take the arms back alongside you. The forehead comes down to the mat. Let the head, neck, and shoulders be heavy. And then from there, slide the hands underneath if you press yourself up, sitting on your heels or finding a comfortable seat. From here, option to clasp the hands behind the back, or you can just take the hands beside you. We're just going to drop the right ear to right shoulder. If your hands are clasped, you can draw the arms over to the right, hooking the hands on the right side waist, dropping the right ear to right shoulder. Feel tension release through the shoulder, the neck. Maybe close the eyes, soften the jaw, the tongue, the forehead. Inhale, take the head back up to center. Take the arms back behind you if your hands were on the waist. As you exhale, curl the hands to the left side waist. Drop left ear to left shoulder. Or if your fingertips are down, just hang out here. And we'll inhale. Take the head back up to center. Take the arms behind you. Roll the shoulders back. If your hands are down, just walk the fingertips behind you as you lift your heart open through the shoulders, through the heart space. If your hands are clasped, just squeezing the arms together behind you. Lift your chin. As you exhale, release, tuck your chin towards your chest. Keep the chest lifted. Take the hands up behind the head. And you can either just kind of rest the hands on the head and gently press it forward, or I often like to give myself a little massage through the back of the neck and the upper back. Gently press and massage, lovingly, compassionately. And then release, take the head up, take the arms out to the sides, inhale. Exhale, cross your right arm underneath the left, give yourself a hug. And again, lovingly, compassionately, pressing the fingers into different spots in the shoulders, the upper back, massaging. Breathing away any held tension. And then we'll inhale, take the arms out to the sides. Exhale, cross left arm underneath the right this time. Give yourself a hug and gentle, loving massage. And then we can release. If you're sitting on your heels, go ahead and come out of it. Find a comfortable seat. Sweep the arms up overhead, reaching the fingertips over the top, joining the palms together. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Closing the eyes, bowing your chin down to yourself in deep gratitude for this incredible body of yours that just carried you through that practice. Feeling proud of wherever you are in your practice today and knowing that's always going to change from day to day. There's no good or bad. There's no better or worse. It's just wherever you are and just meeting yourself wherever you are each day. Not expecting your practice to look a certain way or to look like anybody else's. Just riding the waves of your energy, of your body from day to day, from minute to minute, from week to week. Knowing that the fluctuations of both energy and motivation are a completely normal part of practice. So not feeling discouraged if you weren't or aren't where you want to be, where you thought you'd be. Just finding acceptance and gratitude and pride for wherever you are. You can gently blink the eyes open. And thank you so very much, as always, for joining me in practice. And we will see you again tomorrow.